As we come on the air, we learned it has happened again. A third American Airlines flight forced to land after a row of seats came unbolted. Half of their fleet of 757s were grounded for inspection, most of them now back in service. But even so, there have been a flurry of cancellations and delays. So what do you do if you're booking a flight? And what is American Airlines saying tonight about the clues they've found? ABC senior national correspondent Jim Avila tells us.
Boston's Logan Field, one of American's Boeing 757s, 47 of which, nearly half the fleet, taken out of service overnight and into today as the troubled airline tries to make sure no more of its coach seats come loose in flight, as they have 3 separate times.
Our seats 14, A, B, and C, I think, are totally disconnected.
Somehow, in the installation process of our seats, we introduced a failure. We're not sure if it's a mechanical failure or a human failure.
American saying today it has identified what caused 3 of its flights to be aborted in mid-flight because seats came loose, in one case flipping passengers on their backs. The seats came in rows of 3, and the row is held to the floor with what's called a saddle clamp. It's that clamp that was improperly installed on the planes where the seats disengaged.
On the safety side of this particular situation, American's doing all that it can do right now to ensure that those seats are being looked at and making sure that they're installed as correctly as they're supposed to be.
American says the investigation is still underway, but so far the airline cannot give a solid answer as to why now. These seats have been in use for up to 20 years and never come loose before. Aviation sources say the last eyes and hands on the saddle clamps in all 3 loose seat incidents belong to company mechanics, leading to suspicions of possible sabotage. But safety experts tell ABC News that would be a first.
To deliberately think that somebody would do something to a seat track assembly to cause it to come loose during flight is just something that's not thought of in this industry.
The mechanics union, which lost jobs to outsourcing, says it has had nothing to do with the loose seats and points to the new private maintenance. Just the latest series of labor troubles for American Airlines, which has suffered more than 2,200 delays and 75 cancellations, on time only 57% of the time over the last 3 days. More than double the delays for United and Delta, which are both punctual more than 80% of the time.
It's going to take American, though, some time to rebuild trust in terms of the reliability of the schedule.
American Airlines says on the record it has ruled out sabotage. They believe the installation mistakes are the result of human or mechanical errors. One interesting note behind American's decision to inspect all of its planes with this type of seats: one of the seat rows that was loose for 6 days worth of flights without being noticed. So should you take an American Airlines flight?
That's a big question.
Yes, the experts are telling us that if you can be flexible and don't have to be someplace on time, it's okay, that it's safe, just not very dependable as far as on time.
All right, back on the story tonight. Thanks, Jim. And we